I am a program manager with Teach for India Mumbai, so I work with grades 9 and 10, fellows who teach grades 9 and 10, I support them. I think post the pandemic, a lot of these things have become so much more common. I think discourse has started happening on mental health, people's well-beings, people feeling safe in their own homes. And I think way back when KER started is like these things were not so much in frequent conversation, and I think now more than ever we need that. We need our children to feel safe within the confines of their home and outside of it, because we realize that moving ahead in this world is going to be harder if they don't know how to manage their own emotions, how to really be spokespeople for themselves and the people around them. And so just really I think the need for a reimagined education comes from that, from each child needing and being that champion for different people in their community, for people who may not have the voice, and to be that voice for themselves as well. And I think that's where the idea of bringing students and educators together towards this mission of making the world a safer place for our children and for all adults as well. I think so much, right? I think each child can be right from their homes. They can be people who speak up, who are there for their siblings, who challenge the notions right from their homes. In one of the sessions today itself, we were talking about students moving out of patriarchal mindsets within their homes, taboos like menstruation not being talked about, and they feeling succumb to that pressure, to moving to say we can have that agency to speak and move out of that. And so so many of our students inspire so many others and create that ripple. And so I think the biggest role they can play is inspire other children and inspire other people to rethink some of these taboos, these age-old norms, and work from there to create a better world. I think that's the biggest role that they can play. Yeah. Like I say this very often, that we need to pass on the mic, but I think there is no mic anymore. I think it is just letting our children be in the same room as us, be in the same platform as us, and create that environment where they organically feel like we can come together and build better spaces for everybody else. So I think the role that we can play as educators is just to sort of enable an equal environment, to enable them to feel like they don't need to ask for permission for raising their voice or making themselves heard, but just feel like, yes, this is a space I can own up in, this space I can question. And so creating that comfort of it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to ask educators questions. So many times our children feel like they need to be fed answers, or they cannot really question things or change things. But I think our role is to make sure that we create a facilitative environment for them to be able to feel like, okay, this is a space where I can be myself, and I'm not always expected to be silent or at the receiving end of something, but I can also create clarity for myself, ask the right questions, and build that for themselves. Yeah. Today was all about my world and I. So we spoke a lot about the problems that we see from different regions of India, and I think a big learning that I'm taking away is how different age groups of students look at the same problem in their own region. So I heard so much about the learning gaps in which have been caused due to the pandemic, and it was so interesting to see someone from Assam speak about it from a very different lens of bringing it to children in their homes, to someone in Maharashtra, rural Maharashtra, sharing that we would like to have our schools open for children to come in and solve that problem. So just taking back learnings from how the same problem can be viewed by different regions, cultural differences, as well as still holding that one thought that children can recognize those problems and work towards them as well.